Prime Minister and other dignitaries waiting to receive the President of India and the President of France as they arrive.
And as you can see there, we have Prime Minister Narendra Modi waiting at the Kartavya Path for President Droupadi Murmu and French President Emmanuel Macron, who are arriving at the Kartavya Path in a traditional buggy. We will, of course, be bringing you all the highlights from the Grand Parade as it starts. To begin with, we also have with us in studio Mr. Rajiv Bhatia in studio with us. Mr. Bhatia is a former diplomat who has served as the Indian ambassador to Mexico, Myanmar, South Africa and Kenya. Sir, thank you so much for joining us on WION today. Now, I'd read this piece by you earlier and I wanted to get your insights on a few things here. Now, of course, as you know, French President Emmanuel Macron is the chief guest at India's Republic Day celebration. So how do you believe this high-profile visit will influence India-France bilateral relations? Of course, we also saw that post by French President Emmanuel Macron saying 30,000 students in France by 2030. What's your assessment?
Thank you very much. Let me also bring friendly greetings from Gateway House, my think tank based in Mumbai. I think straight on to your question, it would not be an exaggeration to say that this visit opens yet another new chapter in the history of India-France relations. And I think it's very good that you started by raising the question of more students in France. So let us focus for a minute on India's soft power. I think today India has capability to send its young men and women for higher education abroad. They go to various countries, mostly Anglo-Saxon countries. But a balance needs to be introduced here, and therefore, if more students go to France, it is understood that it will further add impetus to the friendship between the two countries. If I recall correctly, there are about a total of 11,000 Indian students in France today. So what President Macron has said is that the goal is to triple this, which is a significant increase. And as someone who served in Indian Embassy in Paris, I can say that France has tremendous things to offer in terms of higher education and higher training and capacity building facilities.
Right.
And therefore, once this opportunity is concretized and available to people, it would be wonderful if our youth profits from it and goes to France.
Right. Well, sir, thank you so much for your insights on that. And dipping back into the live visuals that we're getting from New Delhi, there you have it, President Droupadi Murmu and French President Emmanuel Macron in the traditional buggy, a practice that's making a comeback after 40 years at the Kartavya Path. These are the visuals that we're getting from New Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is at the venue waiting for President Droupadi Murmu and President Emmanuel Macron, who are now at the venue where the grand celebration is set to begin. Now let's tell you a little bit about the President's guards as well, who are escorting the Indian President and her French counterpart. The President's Bodyguard is the senior-most regiment of the Indian Army, and this Republic Day, it's special for this elite regiment. It completes 250 years of service since its raising in 1773. The two presidents have arrived at the Kartavya Path in the traditional buggy. That's a practice that's making a comeback after a gap of some 40 years. There you have all the attendees eagerly waiting for the grand parade to begin. These are the live visuals that you can see students, cultural contingents that are there. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeting President Droupadi Murmu and receiving French President Emmanuel Macron, the chief guest. The bonhomie between the two nations on full display today. There you have Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron.
As they set the tone for the celebration of their partnership. The President being introduced to the Raksha Mantri, the Rajya Raksha Mantri, the Chief of Defence Staff and the three chiefs, General Anil Chauhan, General Manoj Pandey, Admiral Hari Kumar, Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary. President Macron making it a point to shake hands with each of our dignitary. As soon as the presidents and the Prime Minister reach their designated seats, as they climb up the short span of stairs, a 21-gun salute will be given by the ceremonial battery of 871 Field Regiment using the 105mm Indian field gun. And as the thunderous sounds of the guns resonate across the entire Kartavya Path, heralding the start of the parade under the patronage of the Supreme Commander, the national flag will be unfurled and the national anthem will be played by the military bands positioned across below the national emblem, the lion capital of Sarnath. Everyone present here and those watching us at home will also stand in honor and respect of the tricolour unfurled on the 75th Republic Day.
And there you have French President Emmanuel Macron along with President Droupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the Kartavya Path. This is the President's regiment, which has now completed 250 years since its raising in 1773. There you have the national flag.
The President's bodyguard now moving away from the saluting base, and of course they will be back for the closing part of the ceremony once again to escort the President of India, their Supreme Commander, to her official residence, the Rashtrapati Bhavan. And now it's time for the parade to begin, and of course there will be a beautiful flower offering right at the beginning. But we can see over here, for the first time, heralding the parade, a band comprising 112 women artists playing different types of folk and tribal percussion instruments. The dhol and tasha of Maharashtra, the dappu from Telangana, the dhak and dhol of West Bengal, the shank, the chenda, dolu and kunita of Karnataka, nadaswaram, tutari and cymbals, all playing to Rag Revati of Carnatic music.
अब कर्तव्य पथ पर मंजर बदलने वाला है.
And with that, the grand celebrations for India's 75th Republic Day begin. As we'd mentioned earlier, the parade, it will be heralded by 100 women artists with musical instruments. As you can see, these are the live visuals that we're getting right now. The live visuals from New Delhi, from the Kartavya Path, where the grand celebrations have begun. The parade heralded by 100 women artists with Indian musical instruments. music of the shang, the nadswaram, the nagada to be played by women artists. And with this, the grand annual parade for the Republic Day has begun. This is for the first time that the parade is being heralded by 100 women artists playing Indian musical instruments. That's not the only first that we're going to be witnessing this year. However, all women tri-services group will be part of the parade for the first time as well. We will see the participation of all women tri-service contingent marching down the Kartavya Path and women pilots as well during the fly past, representing Nari Shakti. There you can see 100 women artists playing Indian musical instruments. That's President Droupadi Murmu. These are the live visuals that we're getting from New Delhi. The parade in the Kartavya Path, a women-centric parade indicating roles played by women in various sectors, and this here what we're seeing for the first time, a parade heralded by 100 women artists playing Indian musical instruments. The theme of this year's Republic Day is Viksit Bharat and Bharat Loktantra Ki Matrika, which symbolizes the country's aspirations and its role as the nurturer of democracy. And as I mentioned earlier, it's a women-centric parade this time. It will witness a march past by combined band and marching contingent of the French armed forces as well. The 1st Indian Army contingent leading the mechanized column will be of 61 cavalry. The Indian Navy contingent will consist of 144 men and women Agni Veers.